Here's a moment that a lot of people here in the ground, but those watching my television, will be queuing up to see the resumption of the Mcgrath and Tendulkar battle. 2 slips in waiting. Here we go. On the nut, Mcgrath has delivered a calling card early in the piece.
Well, that was just the unsettling Mcgrath. I thought he'd just be pegging away at an outswinger outside off stump, and he surprised me. He surprised Sachin too. I don't think this is what he was expecting. But he's just turned his head on to it. Probably thought it was going to bounce a little more than that. But it wasn't quite as short either. Well, that's where Mcgrath, he's tall, he'll get a lot of bounce out of this pitch from a good length.
What a delivery! What a delivery for a man who, for the most part of his career, has delivered the off-cutter with telling effect. This is a good one.
Well, how do you hit that? That's what Sachin's saying. I did pretty well to miss it. Now, there's a bloke that was smashing the ball around everywhere the other day. He's come in there and he's got that. Well, if he can't hit it, I don't think anybody's going to hit it. Look at it, just decked, moved away. That's where I expect Mcgrath to just nag away here. Just outside off stump, get the ball to move away.
Yeah, Sachin Tendulkar gets one. It's just such a great compliment to the off-cutter that he delivers now that he's getting this new ball at least momentarily to move away from the right-hander and really keep pressure on them. It changes the story, and you like to get an early wicket as a fielding team, just to heap the pressure and stall the scoring early on so that the batting team doesn't get a good foundation. Height as well.
What Ian Bishop is saying there really is the 200 and the total that the Australians were kept to is not really enough on this pitch. If you don't get bowled out, you should make it. The way the games have gone before, and that's come back a long way, hasn't it? He's left that thinking it's going the other way. It's come back, but it's way too high. Yeah, it's the way the run scoring has been in all the previous overs and games that we've seen here for 3 days now. Is you stay out there, you're going to get a reasonable total.
He's bang on target, really. This is an outstanding opening spell from Mcgrath.
Well, they've peppered him with some short balls, Sachin, to make his footwork not too right, and he's getting caught on the crease here a little bit. Watch this one, he's thrown up fuller, he's gone nowhere. Look at the feet, they haven't even moved. Now that was a result from those couple of short ones they've given him in those earlier overs. He's not quite comfortable.
Overs bowled, it's been a battle for them. Only Tendulkar really playing with a lot of confidence. 5 boundaries in his 31. In the air. Ball's in safely. Only the one man out on this occasion.
It's interesting, he had 2 back there. Short one there, definitely a top edge that time. It was up there for a long time. Still just the one back. And Mcgrath bowling a very good spell here.
That's better. He's pulled that one just forward to square leg. That's a much better shot. More controlled. It's a good battle between Mcgrath and Tendulkar.
Yes, it certainly is. They've obviously got a plan here, and at the time they decided rather to keep the fieldsman up, perhaps try and get him thinking a little bit about playing, allow him to play the square hook shot, hope that he gets 1 or 2 confident shots away like that one. The slightly quicker bouncer is the one that he'll struggle with, and Fleming, of course, is down there if he top edges one of those.
Tendulkar's moved to 37. Gone again. Fleming, no hope. 1, 2, 3 bounces into the fence. So strange, isn't it? Only one man out. He's bouncing. Tendulkar's taking Mcgrath on here. This is a great battle. Crowd loving it.
Yes, it's certainly interesting. He's got that one away pretty well too. All he's got to do is get away quite square, because there's a lot of outfield out there. And he almost looked over his shoulder there at Stephen Waugh and said, shall we have one out? No, said Stephen Waugh. I think he's trying to encourage you to keep it up. That was the quicker one. Come on, son, he says. Aren't you going to hook? Aren't you game to try and hook the quicker one?
Yes, the great batsman didn't even look at him. He's moved to 41. 7 boundaries. This time, well under that delivery. Oh, that's what happens when you pitch up. So the master has the last laugh. He thrashes him down the ground for 4 more. This is a great over for India.
Well, the Indians are laughing now, and of course Glenn Mcgrath on the receiving end just at the moment. 3 4s and a 2, 14 off the over.
He's moved to 45. I'd like to see him bounce one here and hit it into the stand. Really bring this crowd to their feet. It's got to the stage where you're not allowed to hit a fastball for 4 anymore. It's a different game, isn't it? Eight boundaries. Only faced 52 deliveries. Oh, Govan him! He's given him out! Well, there you go. Mcgrath wins the battle. 14 off the over. The judge LBW seemed to be cutting from off the leg.
Well, the replay will be interesting. Sachin Tendulkar on his way. Some wonderful shots. He just looked as if he was beginning to settle in. But Mcgrath has had the last laugh here. It was very close to the inside edge. Let's have a look at the ball here. Nips back a little bit. Well, that's hit him on the outside of the left pad. He's a long way across, mind you. Up goes the finger of the umpire. That's a very, very relieved Glenn Mcgrath. 14, and then he's got him.
The end of a short but fine innings from Tendulkar. He's been judged LBW, 4 times now on this tour. He's out for 45, it's 5 for 95. BJ Bardwaj at the crease. What an over that was from Mcgrath. 14 runs and the big wicket of Sachin Tendulkar was the last ball of the over. 5 for 95, India. Mcgrath has 3 for 34 off 12.
Here we go again. Oh yes, I think that's pretty adjacent. I couldn't see that it hit him outside the line. It looked to me as if it was pretty good. Let's see what the bounce is like. It's a bit hard to see it there.
It's fairly short and it's bouncing. There's no benefit of any doubt, is there, for this poor little guy? He's probably out, but certainly on the up. Lee.
Go again, just watch it, pitches outside off stump, comes back, I think hit him in line. Yeah, I think that satisfied. I'm satisfied with that one. He's had a few rough decisions this summer, but that one was out.
Certainly struck him in line. The only doubt I had, if any, was the fact that it was on the way up. He's only a short man, admittedly, where a normal tall guy is slightly different. Another metre to go.
It's one of the great things about Sachin Tendulkar is that he really does implement what is correct. The umpire's finger goes up, he goes. You've got to say Glenn Mcgrath was all over him like a rash after that, though I suppose one can understand he'd gone for 14. There's been one player who's been pinged already this season for getting in the face of the batsman a bit too much. And Mcgrath was right up there. Once he'd appealed here, he'd moved right into him. He didn't do the little jig, but he was in his face.
To get the score, they're really going to struggle from here, India. Their stroke player's gone. It was a wonderful over, 14 runs in the wicket. Mcgrath would be happy with the wicket. He'd concede 14 and pick up Tendulkar any time.
.274 wickets at an average of 22.29 with an economy rate of 3.89. That is amazing. And Sachin Tendulkar, interesting enough, has decided that he's going to take first ball. It's not something that he normally does. He did against Pakistan as well. And it's a huge game, this one. And there's the target for India. Here we go.
That's another good omen.
Glenn Mcgrath to Sachin Tendulkar. Now, already movement off this deck. We saw that there was movement throughout the Australian innings, or early in the Australian innings, but India didn't get it in the right areas.
And if at all there's one bowler in the world who can get it in the right areas, it's the man Glenn Mcgrath. And he shows, if he has a good day, he shows exactly how to use a pitch like this. Just the 2 wickets lost by Australia, both picked up by Harbhajan Singh, but look at that, Ricky Ponting, innings of his life. Damien Martin as well, tremendous stuff from him.
Oh, he's left that and hasn't missed by much, but a good lead from Tendulkar, just past the off stump.
What a good delivery this is, much closer to off stump and doesn't leave the right hand as Tendulkar anticipated. He may not show it, but he's aware that that ball has come in. The next time he's looking to leave balls outside the off stump, he'll be conscious of the fact the ball is also hitting the seam and coming back in. And again, Tendulkar having a problem with the side screen, but that was just tremendous stuff in the morning.
Certainly was a partnership of 234 and 184 balls between Ponting and Hayden. and also 105 in 87 between Gilchrist and Hayden. So Ponting and Martin, sorry, my mistake, but great stuff from Australia. And 20 overs, the last 20 overs 175 runs, the last 10 overs 109 runs, and Sands, Ponting's last 90 runs, just 47 balls. The bowlers struggled.
Late bowlers used, that gives you an idea as to what Ganguly ran into. Severe problem right from the first over that India bowled after winning the toss and deciding to field first. Ashish Nehra, under the circumstances, you've got to say, did a wonderful job. Ricky Ponting, 8 sixes in that 100 of his.
Pull shot off the mark is Tendulkar. The crowd has gone berserk here. Lots of Indian supporters. It's running away towards the boundary. It should be 4 and is 4. There's the start.
Interesting. Never looks to do this against Glenn McGrath, Sachin Tendulkar. But it's a shortish length, and I'm sure a premeditated shot where he had decided, looking at the pitch, anything short in length, that's where he's looking to score aggressively. And then simple catch to Mcgrath. The first wicket happens to be the big one for Australia. Tendulkar disappoints, and a stunned silence here at the Wanderers. 4 for 1.
Three slips, 2 gullies, and there's a leg gully and a short leg for Tendulkar. There's obviously a bit of a plan for Tendulkar, because that's not the normal bat pad position there. He's more at short leg at 45. And that's probably the reason why. A couple of short pitch deliveries. They'll be trying to get them up into the rib cage area, with Kaspovic in the leg gully position, and then you've got the short leg. Just going back to Ramesh, you hear, as you said, Sonny, a lot of people talk about his lack of footwork. But one thing you can say about Ramesh, even though he doesn't move his feet a lot, he is well balanced when he plays the shots, and that's just as important. He's got the weight going in the right direction. And too much here at Adelaide. He's been given out LBW to a ball that didn't rise, and I don't know where I think it's got Tendulkar on the arm, but obviously umpire Harper thinks that it was right in front.
An attempted bounce at this from Glenn McGrath. He's got that fielder at forward short leg, and there's one at backward short leg as well, and it's hit him on the shoulder. It's taken a long time, Daryl Harper, to think about it, and then given the Indian captain out leg before wicket. He's got a duck. Big disappointment for him, and that is also for the crowd here. India 4 for 27.
Sourav Ganguly, we saw him practicing his shots in the dressing room. He wouldn't have been thinking that he'd be out there tonight. Certainly he wouldn't have been wanting to walk out at 4 for 27. Dangerous LBW decision for an umpire to give, because there are so many moving parts. It's not like a batsman being hit on the pad. There's a lot of movement when the batsman's ducking like that. It's hit him up under the back of the arm. Of course, not the easiest decision to give at all, because with all those things moving, it's got to be very...
Dravid has gone, and then Tendulkar. Well, this was it's been made to be controversial, but the shots I saw yesterday indicate to me the ball definitely wouldn't have gone over the top of the stumps. There's a very good picture in the local papers this morning, and others around the world. And Steve Dunn then gives out Ramesh. Yes, the picture of the ball hitting Tendulkar shows it below the level of the stumps, and it was on its way down.